Our guest is Donna Sylvester, and Donna is with, well, the Senior Action Council. And Donna, welcome in, and nice to have you here on JOP Radio.
Oh, good morning. Thank you.
And if you could just move just a little closer to the microphone.
Okay.
Yeah, just want to make sure that we pick up all the words that you have to say today. Well, why don't you tell us a little bit about the Senior Action Council? Before we came on the air, a lot of folks you mentioned were didn't know what it was all about.
Yeah, the Senior Action Council is a statewide grassroots organization that began in 1981. I think other states may have similar things, but it began back then, I believe, because seniors gathered because if anybody remembers back in the 70s, when you went to a hospital, you weren't allowed to read your chart.
Oh.
And that was one of the things that got them this grassroots thing going. And they've done a lot of things since then. There are 7 chapters around the state. Here in Newburyport, it's not just for Newburyport, it's for the whole North Seacoast. We're an affiliate because we aren't big enough yet. And it's called the North Seacoast Affiliate of Senior Action Council. MSAC is the acronym. So here, what we've been able to do locally in the short time we've been here in Newburyport, one of the things we've been successful on helping to move along was the MVRTA bus wasn't going into the South End anymore. And seniors at the steam mill,
Yeah.
or living down there in general, couldn't get to the train because of that.
Oh, okay.
Because we don't have that old ring-a-ride thing anymore. So we were active in making that happen, and they do go into the South End now.
Nice. All right. So what do they do? They go down Water Street to like Bromfield or something like
Yeah,
that?
I don't live down there. They make a little loop.
Yeah.
There are times when the only complaint I've heard is I guess there are times when because of weather and the streets are too narrow with snow that they don't make the loop, and you don't have any way of knowing that they're not doing that. So.
Yeah, I can imagine you're out there a couple of weeks, and where is that bus?
But those locally, those would be the kinds of things. Back a while ago, the Governor Baker, wanted to double the cost of the MTA ride. Now, we don't have the ride up here, but it does come, I think, as far as Ipswich. So there were a lot of people, or especially around Boston, who use the ride. I know I have an aunt in Boston that uses it all the time. And they wanted to double the cost of the ride from $2 to $4.
Yeah.
Which doesn't sound like a lot. It sounds really cheap for a ride, but that's $8 round trip. And if you need it every week and you're on a really super limited income, it becomes a problem.
Mm-hmm.
So Senior Action got involved in that, and they did roll it back. I think now they're trying to put it back up again.
You have to keep your eyes on those people.
Yeah.
So you do a lot of work. You're watching out for folks.
Yeah, they do. We do have a state rep here in town, Kathleen French. She goes to the meetings in Boston. Often you'll see when there are issues that have anything to do with Medicare, Medicaid, Social Security, or other issues that have anything to do with the well-being or health of seniors, or just the well-being, their lifestyle. It doesn't have to be a health issue. You will see people at the State House gathering to protest or just be supportive for or against different things, and they wear blue T-shirts, blue hats.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So if you see blue T-shirts on the news, it's usually Senior Action Council.
Uh-huh.
And I haven't been involved that long, and I forgot to bring my newspapers with me that I had piled up on the table, Senior Action newspapers. But there have been a number of issues over the years in Boston that they've been involved with. The other largest chapter closest to us would be in Lynn. So up here in the greater Newburyport area, from any seacoast town in Massachusetts, people can come to the meetings. We've been meeting here at the Newburyport Senior Center, but we're hoping to also outreach and do some little mini meetings, maybe like in Salisbury and Amesbury, to get people involved. To be a member is only $10 a year.
Uh-huh.
Or you can be, you don't have to be over 65. You can be 55 to belong. And you can have, if you're young enough and you think it's worth it, you can do a lifetime membership for $50.
Oh, okay. Wow.
So it's very inexpensive.
Yeah, and basically you're watching out for yourself.
Right.
Oh, how about that?
And lots of information. Meetings have speakers, and not just the networking, but the speakers and the information that Kathleen brings back from the state meetings is important to anybody.
So if you can remember, what were some of the other things besides the cost of the MTA thing?
And then the bus in Newburyport, and many years ago with the reading your charts. Right now, the big initiative in Massachusetts is my brain is it's about the Medicaid. You know, there are a lot of seniors that can't afford a MedX plan, to buy a MedX plan.
That's supplemental
to the Medicare.
Okay.
And even if they have some kind of a MedX plan, there's this thing called bridging the gap.
Yeah.
There are a lot of seniors that need help with health insurance and prescriptions and all of that stuff. And right now, the big initiative in Massachusetts is they want to do away with all that. And so Senior Action Council is very active in watching out for that, and been very proactive at the State House. And they have had some small successes.
Mm-hmm.
So people are still covered. I wish Kathleen was here. She knows all about it.
Well, that's okay. If somebody wanted to contact you to because
well, they can come to a meeting.
Yeah.
The next meeting here at the Newburyport Senior Center is 1 o'clock on Thursday, the 15th.
That's next week.
Yes, next week. We used to meet on Fridays. We've changed it. So for people who thought that we were on Friday mornings, it's now Thursdays at 1. And the next meeting is the 15th.
Is it every Thursday?
No, once a month.
Once a month, like the third
The
Thursday?
third Thursday.
Oh, okay. We'll mark that down. We'll mention it on the radio.
Right.
So the third Thursday of the month at the Senior Center, Newburyport Senior
Upstairs
Center.
in the conference room. And you do not need to be a member. Anybody over 55 is welcome to come to meetings, to hear the reports, to hear the speakers, to find out what's going on at the State House that has anything to do with the well-being of older adults.
Yeah.
And then if they want to be a member, they can.
Okay. Is there a website that they can go look at?
There's a Facebook page, I believe.
Okay.
And I'm sure there is a website, an MSAC, that comes out of Boston.
Yeah.
MSAC only has a couple of paid employees that work in Boston.
Okay, so it's Massachusetts Senior Action Council.
Right.
MSAC. Okay. Good. I'm writing it all down.
Yeah.
That's what I do.
And I think it's important, for any older adults, if you can get to a meeting, because there's always information.
Yeah. Wine and cheese?
Well, we usually have coffee and cake.
Okay. All right.
Maybe we should do wine and cheese. Maybe more people will come.
Well, but it's good to get involved, and it's good to find out what's going on, because I know quite often there are so many bills that start to grow at the state level in the State House that it's hard to keep track of them all.
Right, and a lot of times there are things going on that you don't know anything about.
Yeah.
But see, because we have people always going to the State House, they know.
Yeah.
And then they'll start these little initiatives and talk to their reps. That's the other thing that happens at meetings. We'll often say, this is going on. Be sure to call your rep about this or about that.
Yeah. Your MSAC rep or your state rep?
Your state rep.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right. So in this area, that would be Jim Kelcourse.
Right, who's been very very responsive to us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then, over in the Ipswich area, there'd be Brad Hill, then Lenny Mira is the other one.
So,
other closest
we
one.
haven't had people from as far away as Ipswich come to the meetings, but, anybody in this seacoast area.
Sure. Yeah, Ipswich is kind of one of those in-between towns. They could go to Lynn or they could come up
we've
here.
had people from Salisbury and Amesbury and I think Merrimack, but not too much further than that.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Well, there's a lot to keep track of, and it sounds like the council does a lot to keep track of it all.
Yeah, it's especially important now because of what's happening on the federal level with, the grumblings we hear about Medicare, Medicaid, Social Security. Even though they're federal issues, the state will have to make decisions.
Yeah.
So, so there's always lots of information coming from Boston about that we report at the meetings.
Okay. And then you have the access to make some noise. That's what it's all about.
Right. And if once people join, if they want to pay their $10 and join, they're always welcome to go to these rallies at the State House.
Yeah. Do you get a shirt to go with it too?
I think you have to pay like $2 for your shirt.
$2. Well, that's gonna be something to keep an eye on. So it's the third Thursday of the month, and it's the North Seacoast chapter
affiliate
of the Senior Action Council.
Yeah, if we can get more people to actually pay their $10, we could be a chapter.
How many people do you need?
I'm not sure, but we need a lot more.
Oh, okay. All right, more than 3.
Yeah. Well, we usually meetings are like 12 to 15 people, maybe a little more sometimes. It depends on the speaker,
Who have you had for speakers recently?
We've had everything from nutrition to public health nurses to different politicians. Who else have we had? It's a good question.
But they all have something topical to talk about.
Yeah, we had somebody come in that was doing, wasn't strictly about nutrition, but they were doing a program on the Seacoast for seniors and fresh food. I forget the name of their program, but and we always ask the seniors. At the last meeting, we asked, tell us, what do you want to hear about? It doesn't have to be political. It can be whatever you want to hear about. And what people are mostly, everyone in the room that day, they're all concerned about Medicare, Medicaid, Social Security. Those are the issues that people are concerned about.
Yeah, close to home.
Yeah.
Sure. And then the other one that we quite often have some police chiefs come on, or city marshal, talks about scamming procedures going on.
Yeah, we have
senior
had
scammers.
Police, and I wasn't at that meeting, police and the fire chief, and we had a whole meeting that explained the whole thing about what Bridge the Gap is, for the seniors who need help with their health insurance.
Yeah.
So there's always something.
Those prescriptions can be so expensive, and you don't know. And what are you going to do? Not buy it?
I know.
So.
Yeah, well, people do make that choice.
Oh, really?
People sometimes, I know even years ago I caught my mother cutting her pills in half because they lasted longer.
Oh, no.
Yeah, you find that all the time. People say, well, am I going food shopping or am I going to the drugstore? I think a lot of people don't realize how many seniors live on a really low fixed income.
Yeah.
But this organization is not just for low-income people.
Mm-hmm.
It's helpful to anybody who wants to know what's going on with seniors.
Right. And the more active you stay, the better off you are. You keep your mind moving along, and it's just a good, healthy thing to do.
Yeah. Last year, about a year or so ago, one of our meetings was somebody facilitated a discussion on Bernie Sanders' book. So it can be anything that people want to hear about.
Yeah. All right. Well, Donna, I want to thank you for joining us. So the best way to get you is to find you at the meeting then, huh? On third Thursday of the month?
The third Thursday, this one coming up on the 15th at 1 o'clock at the Senior Center.
Are they always at 1 o'clock?
They will be from now on.
Oh, okay. Because you said so. All right. Well, thank you so much, Donna.
Okay.
And we'll talk with you later. So Donna Sylvester from the North Seacoast affiliate of the Massachusetts Senior Action Council. I got it right.
Right.
Fantastic. All right. Well, thank you very much, and we'll see you around.
Okay. Thank you.
Our guest right now is Kassandra Gove, the Executive Director of the Amesbury Chamber of Commerce, and good morning.
Good morning. Thanks for having me.
Oh, it's my pleasure to have you. You are everywhere.
It's been busy in Amesbury lately.
It certainly has been.
Yeah.
They were writing you up in the newspaper today. You've got international visitors.
We do. Yeah, we've had visitors from across the country in the last few weeks, and we have international visitors coming our way this year. We've just found out that the incoming mayor of Amesbury, England, will be joining us for our Founders Day in Amesbury, which is on May 27th, in honor of our 350th anniversary, and we're excited to have them coming.
Wow, that's going to be a fantastic event. 350 years is a long time. Maybe not so much in England, but it's a long time here.
That's right. Yeah, we've, a lot has happened in the last 350 years. We've got a lot of events planned for 2018 to honor our history in Amesbury, and we're trying to have one event per month. This month we have a Dear Mr. Woodwell play, actually this weekend at Amesbury High School, honoring a former Amesbury High School teacher. So we're kind of tapping into every decade and different populations and interests of different people, getting all generations involved and have a lot going on. But May 27th is going to be a big day. We're opening all of the museums in town. We're going to have trolleys going around, free trolleys. People can hop on and off and learn more about the history of town and our founders, and the museums that sometimes aren't open in the winter and have limited hours in the summer. They're all staffed by volunteers, and so on the 27th they'll all be open, free tours, and we'll have the Mayor of England with us, of Amesbury, England.
Yeah, how about that? That's going to be fantastic.
Yeah, it's going to be exciting.
So I bet Mayor Ken Gray's looking forward to meeting the mayor.
Yes, and Mayor Ken Gray, I think he talks to Amesbury, England a little more than the rest of us. So there's a little bit in the news there about him having gotten on the phone with, I think it's BBC. They called for comments, and he actually gets on the phone with them every once in a while. They like to hear about plowing and snow removal. It's a little bit of a novelty for them. So it'll be nice, I think, for him to meet them in person. And from the chamber, we're actually preparing to send some people from Amesbury, Massachusetts, over to Amesbury, England. So you could, if you don't meet them on the 27th, you could meet them in Amesbury, England.
Well, how do you do that?
We have raffle tickets on sale for just $25. It's a chance to win a 4-day, 3-night trip to England with a day trip over to see Stonehenge and visit Amesbury. And it's a value of $4,000. It's just a $25 raffle ticket. We're only selling 600, so you have a pretty good chance of winning. And you can buy those tickets online. It's just amesburychamber.com/win. Or you can come to our office and buy them there. The deadline to purchase your ticket is March 4th. And we're going to have a big celebration at Crave. They're hosting an event where we're going to pull the winner out of the prize drum and see who gets a chance to go over to Amesbury, England on their own.
How about that? That's going to be so much fun.
Yeah. There's lots of excursions built into the trip and upgraded hotel. It's going to be a nice day. So a raffle ticket would make a good Valentine's Day gift or Mother's Day gift. Just grab a chance to win.
Oh, yeah. Or maybe even an advanced Father's Day gift.
There you go. Father's Day, too. Yeah. You do have to travel in 2018, so it kind of all ties into our 350th anniversary. And I've heard that the fall is the best time to travel over to Amesbury, England. So make your plans.
All right. We'll have to Google their weather forecast and see what that's all like.
It won't look like it does today here, I don't think.
No, a little icy today.
Yes.
You mentioned Dear Mr. Woodwell. I think tonight's the opening night for that over at the Amesbury High School. I think it's Thursday, Friday, and Saturday.
That's right.
and you grew up in Amesbury. Did you study those letters?
I did not. They were, so when they got the letters, it was just after I had graduated from high school. So I wasn't around for the letters and studying those. But my father actually remembers Mr. Woodwell.
Really?
Yeah. So he's excited to go and see the play.
Yeah.
He wasn't, as connected when the play ran the first time. And if you've seen the play, because they did do it before, they have made some changes to it, and it will be slightly different. So it's worth coming back and seeing it again.
All right. Well, that's over at Amesbury High School. So you can, I think the website is amesbury350.com. Right?
Yes.
How about that?
You can find all of our events and information there. And we'll also be at the play. We'll be in the lobby selling the raffle tickets for the trip to England.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah.
Well, now, as we talked about just a little bit, you had some other visitors coming by too, and we're coming up to crunch time.
We are. We had visitors from Deluxe Corporation for the Small Business Revolution. So I hope everyone has heard a little bit about that and the fact that Amesbury is in the running to be featured on season 3 of Main Street's The Small Business Revolution. They had named us in the top 10 finalists, and we are waiting for them to name their top 5. They will announce the top 5 on Tuesday morning at 7 a.m. via a Facebook Live.
Oh.
So we're all going to find out together if we made it to the next round. And then the winner is chosen by a nationwide vote. So then it's up to us to get all of the votes that we need. And voting starts right away. As soon as they make the announcement, we can vote. And it's 1 vote per day per email address. So I know I have 4 email addresses. How many email addresses do you have?
I don't know.
A few. More than 1, I'm sure.
Yeah.
So you can use all of your email addresses, 1 vote per day per email address, starting Tuesday, as long as we're in that top 5, and I'm sure we will be. So it starts Tuesday morning at 7 a.m., and you can vote every day until the 20th at 9 p.m. So it runs for 1 week, Tuesday to Tuesday.
Okay.
And then we wait to find out if we're the winner.
Oh, wow.
I know.
So when you do win, what happens?
When we do win, they start filming right away. They film from March until June, and they start right away with creating an application process for the businesses in town to apply to be the featured businesses. They send people out right away to start the conversation about filming and schedules and accommodations, and they jump right in. And so 6 businesses will be chosen to be featured on the series. They work a lot with all the other businesses in town to provide marketing advice. They do workshops and trainings, and they do find a way to work other businesses into the actual documentary series. But they'll start with an application process to choose those 6 featured businesses.
Okay. So you want to be a featured business. If not, then you can still get some help.
Absolutely.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
I watched a little bit of that. Wabash, Indiana.
Yep.
I've never been to Wabash, Indiana.
No.
Now I have. And the other thing, it was Buxton Borough,
Bristol Borough, Pennsylvania.
Pennsylvania.
Yeah.
So that was kind of neat too.
Yeah, they're the series really connects you to the community.
Mm-hmm.
It's filmed like a documentary and really does tell the story of small business owners, the ups and the downs, the challenges and the successes, and you get to know everyone there and what really makes that community tick. And Amesbury is a special place, and we've got great business owners, and we really would love to be the featured community, because I think America would love us as much as we do.
Mm-hmm. Well, I think helping out with the Fireball Run, that was a big plus for you. And
Yeah.
got you used to all the additional media exposure.
Yes, that was certainly a good warm-up.
Yeah?
Yep.
Wow.
Yeah, and we got great feedback from the people who traveled here for Fireball Run that they did really love it here, and it was unique. And we've always heard we're kind of this hidden gem. People kind of discover Amesbury, they stumble upon us, and it would be great to put us in the spotlight. Fireball Run gave us 1 episode of a series that's on Amazon Prime now, but this would really expand that spotlight and make us a feature of a really unique series that Deluxe has created to save small businesses and small towns.
Yeah. So you go to Facebook and then you search for.
So the announcement will be made on their Facebook page, which is The Small Business Revolution.
Okay.
And that's where you can find the announcement if you want to watch on Tuesday at 7 a.m. And to vote, once they say our name that day, to vote, you're going to just visit their website, which is smallbusinessrevolution.org.
Okay, so you vote on the website.
You vote on their website once per day per email address, and tell all of your friends, your family, your colleagues, people who live on the other side of the country, the other side of the world. All they have to have is access to the internet and to the website. So they don't have to live here. They don't have to have, a mailing address in Amesbury. They can be from anywhere. We really need support from across the country and around the world. They told us that last year they had about 1 million votes, and the winning town had about 350,000 votes processed for them.
Wow.
So we really do need everyone that you've ever met to be voting for Amesbury.
Yeah, especially if they have more than one email address.
Right. Exactly.
Wow. So that's very neat.
Yes.
I like that.
So we are waiting for Tuesday morning.
Tuesday
Tuesday
the 13th. Oh, that's when they announce the top 5.
Mm-hmm.
And then on the 20th at 9 p.m., they announce the winner.
That's when voting closes.
Okay.
And they won't announce the winner until the following Tuesday, the 27th. I know. So then you have to wait a week to, see what happens.
Yeah.
So, so if we're in the top 5 and then we process all of our votes, they actually send a representative to all 5 of those communities. So you don't know if you've won or not. And they announce the winner in person.
Oh, boy. How about
So
that?
we will all be on the edge of our seats.
Yeah. This is very exciting.
It is.
I like that.
Yes.
All right. Well, good luck on all of that stuff. Now, who physically came to the event?
We had Amanda Brinkman, who is the host of the show and sort of the brains behind it. She's works on branding and marketing for Deluxe. And then we had their Julie, who also is part of their marketing team. Amanda jokes and says everything she learned about marketing, she learned from Julie. So we had some of their best. And then we also had someone from their social media team, Elizabeth, and we had 3 gentlemen from their camera crew.
Okay.
So they were here for 24 hours, and we held a big welcome reception for them. We actually went to the airport to greet them, and then we gave them a police escort into town, and then held a big welcome reception. It was like a pep rally. It was amazing. And then the next morning we did a walking tour, and they were able to kind of get a feel for the layout of town, and they got to see the falls and a lot of our businesses and the fire station. We stopped into the fire station and visited them. So 24 hours, that's all they do in each community. They visited all 10 of the top towns at the time. And then they went home to make their decision. We're just waiting for that.
Oh, boy.
Yep.
All right. Well, looking forward to it. That's going to be a lot of fun.
It is.
So, all right. Well, you stay in touch because we want to I'll try to keep an eye on that.
Okay.
On Tuesday morning, 7 o'clock. I'll be doing the news, but maybe we'll delay the news.
I'll send you a text message if we make it.
All right.
When we make it.
Yes, that would work out really well.
Great.
All right. Well, Kassandra, thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right. Kassandra Gove, the Executive Director of the Amesbury Chamber of Commerce, our guest this morning on WJOP Radio 96.3 FM, broadcasting simultaneously on Comcast Channel 9 in Newburyport.